Hey guys, and welcome to CMJ Live. How you doing? And I don't know about you, but it's cold. You know, how do you go from Thanksgiving long weekend feeling hot and feeling good, and now I'm cold. I got shirts on. I'm looking through my drawers. I need some long johns. Need the long johns. It's getting cold. But we're gonna warm it up right now on this show because we're gonna talk about love, people, getting together. So right off the bat, thank you so much for coming into the show.
Our pleasure having us.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Natasha from the Love Listeners.
And I'm Nicole from the Love Listeners.
All right, so first off the bat, Love Listeners.
Yes.
All right, but let's get some background, because before I get into the show, I like to get the background of my guests, where you're from, how you became the double duel, how you became what you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with you. Born and raised.
I am from Toronto, born and raised. My background is Guyanese.
Okay.
But yes, I was born in Canada.
Okay.
I started in the matchmaking industry 20 years ago. And really been perfecting my craft, fell in love with it, and it is my calling in life. To the reward that you get to know that you assisted someone in changing their life and allowing them to fall in love.
Yeah.
There's no, it's the ultimate feeling.
Okay.
So same. Born here in Canada, in Toronto.
Yeah.
My background is Jamaican.
Okay.
So I'm Jamaican Canadian. Same thing, been in the industry 19 years. She's 20 years, I'm 19 years. We work at the same place. We're both matchmakers and relationship experts and love what we do. So we decided, we worked for an agency.
The largest leading relationship company in Canada.
And so we saw what kind of some of the pitfalls were where people weren't successful.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that were successful, of course. We were in business for many, 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 many years.
Right.
So what we decided to do was we decided to take everything that we knew and branch out and do our own thing.
All right, so let's go back now, though. Because if you're growing up, right, you must have went through it. Okay, you must have went through, oh, I like him, or why is he not calling me back, or like, how do you go from growing up and then, you know, high school, college, and all of a sudden you just come out of college, university, and go, I want to be a matchmaker. How did you jump into this field?
Oh my gosh!
Well, we got into it pretty young.
We
were in our early 20s.
In our early 20s. Right? Actually, it's so funny, and that's why I just think like this was so meant to be. So ever since I was young, I always loved love.
Okay.
It's just me. I'm a Cancer, I guess. You know, we're known to be loving, nurturing, and affectionate. So I just like always love love.
So you're the one that had at the movie theaters the box of Kleenex, and you're
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
And I was at a job that was coming to an end.
Okay.
Like an office type job, and I was doing a little sales, and every day I would have to like go to the fax machine and like take off all the orders.
Right.
So at the time, the large company that we worked for, they used to advertise a million years ago
through the fax machine.
Yeah,
right.
That's
how old school.
Exactly. Like we were matching on paper and pen back in the day.
Exactly.
So it came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I already had kind of worked in the dating industry with another like phone service.
Okay.
Not phone sex, but another dating type phone service.
That's a whole different show.
Exactly. And so I held on to it, and I'd moved across the city. Like I was living in Scarborough at the time, and I moved to Mississauga, and I was like, you know what? Like that job had ended, and I had moved, and I called, and I was like, hey, like what's this all about? And they're like, yeah.
Hold on. You called. Were you with somebody at the time?
Yeah, my husband and I have known each other since we were teens.
Oh, okay.
So I've never been single in this whole matchmaking experience.
So from teenager, you already had the love. And
I just love love, and I love that. So I ended up calling them, and they gave me the background of who they were and whatever. It's like, oh my gosh, like I need to work here. So I bothered the girl that was answering the phone for a few days, like, hey, talk to anyone yet? Can I get my interview? And the rest is history. I got the job, and I worked there for like 17 years.
Okay, then how'd you get involved then?
Yeah, so my story is not as complicated as that one. I wasn't even looking for a job at the time.
Yeah.
I was just finishing school.
Okay.
And my best friend at the time
That was the girl that I was actually bothering for the
worked
job.
for the company.
Okay,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
And so she was saying that they were looking for
Yeah,
matchmakers.
we were
Right.
expanding at the time, and we were.
So I was like, okay. So she's like, no, I think you would totally be great for that because like you're like that person. You would.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sure, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of college right now.
Need some
so
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, sure. So I go for the interview and they give me the job and that's how we meet.
So then you didn't know each other until
At
you
all.
got to the
Yeah,
job.
no, we
Then
met.
it turns out that I knew her husband. Her husband came to pick her up one day.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh.
what are you doing? Like, what? I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so it was just a 6 degrees of separation
Okay.
situation. It
And
was
here
meant
we
to be.
are.
So
Yeah.
are you like her with the Kleenex? You always had this love thing.
Yeah, I'm a
Or-
Scorpio, so like we are born out of we're Valentine's babies.
Okay.
So we're
okay.
naturally
Okay.
like
So now
Lovers.
now I'm feeling it. Now I'm feeling it. Okay.
Yeah.
Scorpio to Scorpio. Let's go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah!
Oh,
Okay,
we love
sorry.
you
When's your
already.
birthday?
The 19th.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right after my niece's birthday.
So there we go.
I'm the 8th. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling the love. I'm
Okay.
feeling
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yes.
But then the company says they're doing the right way. They're doing different things. A lot of people are getting matched up, right? They're
Yeah.
so
A
happy.
lot.
What was your roles in the company at the time? Not
So-
your own company, but in that company.
Yeah,
what
so
was
we
your
were
role?
matchmakers, and
I was the manager, assistant manager.
yeah.
Okay.
She was a director. I was assistant director.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
And
you're.
So we ran the matchmaking department. Nicole and I probably matched about 200 people a day
Right. So
for
in
17
Yes.
So hold on, let me, because this is now
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure this out. So was it a matchmaking company where someone calls in? Was it on the computer?
No, it was a full service company. So you
We
would
do all
come
the
in,
matching.
you interview with someone,
Yeah.
you qualify to become a member,
Right.
background check, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then once that process you get approved,
Right.
then you would come to us. Then we kind of get to know you and figure out how to best match you.
So basically,
Yeah.
I come in. I said I'm looking for love. I fill out all these forms.
Exactly.
The person sends it in, and then you two get these forms, and you're like, A should go with B,
Yeah.
B should go with A.
Exactly.
And then is it a
a
team?
little more to it. We
It's a-
added to it. Natasha and I added to
The process.
The process.
Right.
We took made our own formula out of it, and thank goodness the company that we worked for allowed us to do that because they realized it was in the
working.
client's best interest,
Right.
for it to be that way. So we kind of formulated some things that would make it so that we could get to know you better. Because I think part of the biggest problem with getting a matchmaker is making sure that they are who they say they are, and you can't.
What do you mean I'm not 6'9"?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But
no, it's
also
more about the matchmaker
Yeah.
being honest who they are. There's a big difference. It's just we always use the analogy of wanting to be a mom and actually being one. They're two separate things.
Okay,
Wanting to
okay.
be something and actually being it are
Got
not
you.
this. It's like
So I'm
somebody
like-
wanting to
I'm-
be in radio and actually being in radio.
Got you.
You when you don't know, you
Yeah.
can really only fantasize about what
Until you get to
think.
that- until you get to that point.
And then once you get that, like after we're speaking to like at least 100 people a day, we're matching 200 people a day for a long period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Two things: you have to be good at it.
Mhm.
It's not just like, oh, they look cute.
Yeah.
No, there's so
exactly.
much more. And what is so much more about it is
Right.
actually like what Nicole was saying, getting to know the person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I don't know you and you're
Right.
just a face, how could I match you well?
Yeah.
You're nothing.
Yeah.
So how long did the match take? So if I come in on a Monday,
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how matchable you are.
Yeah.
am I getting my dream girl by Tuesday, Wednesday?
I mean, it's happened on many occasions
Yeah.
where we've matched two people, and on their first date, on
They-
their first match, they fall in love
they
and live
fall in
happily ever after.
Oh, okay.
That happens. It's not typical.
Right.
That typically
No,
doesn't
but I mean,
happen.
like, when do I get the call?
Okay, so
I,
what
I come in
happens is-
to
I'll give you the process.
today's Thursday. I come
Yeah.
in at 9:00.
Yeah.
Fill out all these forms.
Yeah.
When am I getting that? You found your perfect match callback.
Okay, so for the company that we used to work for,
Mhm.
how that would work is that it could be really within a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, within a week from the day that you join.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably to about 7 days later, you'll probably likely you were to get your first match. That was our goal.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted people out there as soon as possible, so we would
wanted to
always try to
move it. Yeah.
And your first match is it's just putting your foot in the water because we still don't know you enough yet.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So we
need
to get the feedback from these guys. Like, we got to figure out like what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong,
Yeah.
how to enhance what you're doing right.
That is the biggest thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily how good we are as matchers. Yes, I will wear that hat. I've matched thousands of people. Yeah. But it's more about who the person is. And that's what we've created and perfected is creating a conversation for people so that they could air everything out and fix it so that they could be a better dater.
I can go on my date, bomb it.
Yes.
Wreck up the date.
Exactly.
I'm a good person, but I can't date. Like, I'm nervous and everything. And I bomb the whole thing. And then it comes back to you and you're like, why didn't this work? Why something happened? Like, what is it?
And that's where we created a system to help with that, right? Yeah. Okay. That's where we came. That's what we brought to that company.
Right.
And then we decided to now do our own
nobody
thing.
ever told us, okay, guys, like, really talk to these people and get to know them. We're like, no, push out matches.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Right.
It just comes from being experts, from doing it for so many years.
But you guys really want not only to put the matches, but you want the matches to have that spark.
We want you to be successful. We realize that we understand that chemistry will always trump compatibility. Yeah. Because it's just a thing. You know, you could think that whomever is so sexy and that's what draws you to them. Right. But it's not what's going to keep them there.
After
the
a while,
compatibility is what keeps them there, right? So, but we understand that chemistry will always trump it because you're going to go for what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
You need to be attracted to the person.
Yeah, and it's important. It's one of the first 3 things that we look at for sure when we're doing a match. Is one of the top 3. Yes. But you have to be compatible. Yeah. And how to figure that out is to get to know you and figure out, like, because there's things about you, like for example, we would never match somebody that was extroverted. Like, we had a scale that we used to use, like a number scale, like 1 through 9. Yeah. And like, you know, whether you're an extrovert, whether you're an introvert, whatever. So if you were, say, well, you're a Scorpio, so I know that you're higher on that, and I just know that already. So you'd probably be between 7 and 9, right, for introvert. Yeah. And so we would never match you with somebody that, say, scored like a 2. Okay. Because they're going to think you're obnoxious. Yep. And then you're going to think this person is a meek bore. Right. You're going to be like, oh, I can't take it, right? So you have to, and those are the kind of things that you have to figure out by getting to know someone. Okay. Right?
Yeah, so, I think there's certainly like, we're pretty intuitive people, and you do have to have that.
Yeah, after a while, I could see from both of you putting it together, you could see that there's a chemistry and what level a person is. If they come in, especially the way you got the love going, you got the Scorpio going, you can tell if someone comes in and they're shy and how they're acting, they're like, we gotta knock them out.
Also, too, you have to allow people, like, if you've been married for 15 years and you've recently broke up with your husband or wife, you have a lot of things that are inside, especially for guys. Okay. So they sometimes use that as an opportunity when they go on dates to like just unleash everything. Like, I wanted to be honest. It's like, no, you're not being honest.
Wait. Yeah. Listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hear about all the unleashing, because I want to know the good sides and then the funny side, because I guarantee there's got to be
literally have heard it all.
Okay. You're watching CMJ Live. We'll be right back.
Think you have what it takes to bring value to the community? The TCN TV network is expanding and now accepting TV show proposals. Here's an opportunity to build celebrity status and become part of an elite group of community advocates that are focused on building, strengthening, and empowering our community in a positive way. Are you interested in embarking on a new adventure? TCN TV is searching for people interested in opportunities to change the conversation and pave an unforgettable legacy. If you feel you have something of value to offer, send a written show proposal to shows@mytcntv.com.
Hey guys, and welcome back to CMJ Live. We were just off camera. Listen, if you want to hear behind the scenes and what's going on, there's different ways you can do it. Don't forget to go to our channel, mytcntv.com, and don't forget to go to cmjlive.com. And before we went to break, we were going to hear the explosions of the do's and don'ts. But before we go on, please reintroduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicole Scott from the Love Listeners.
And I'm Natasha Saunders from the Love Listeners.
All right, so let's go before we get down to the nitty gritty, because I'm just picturing you two there, and I'm picturing guys and girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys and girls come in and fake the funk.
Yeah.
Because they want to look.
Try to.
They want to look like more than they are, and not what they are, because that's what they feel sometimes, not on purpose, but they feel like, oh, no one's gonna want me for me, so I gotta fake it. So yes,
Yeah.
I
feel like there's like different versions of that, because like whoever you are as a radio host, whoever you are as a husband, whoever you are as a brother, whoever you are as a best friend, all those people get a different version of you.
Okay.
So, but it is still you.
Right.
It's just a different part of you.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people, hey, I'm like an awesome friend, I'm an awesome employee, so I must be an awesome dater. But
Okay.
they're not.
Yeah.
And if you were as awesome as you thought you would, then
Right.
you'd be with someone, but you're not. There could be something standing in the
your
way
way.
of that,
Yeah.
and you just don't know. And many times when we hear feedback from men and ladies, it's certainly not just one-sided. The person has no idea why that
Lost.
other person didn't like them. And it's
Okay,
like,
so hold on.
how could
Like,
you?
we've had situations where we got the feedback, and one person was like, "Oh my God, it was amazing. We had the most amazing day."
And the other
I
person's
can't
like,
wait to see him again.
X,
and then
X,
the other
X.
person's like, "What the hell? Like, I never want to see her ever again in life. That
Okay, so
was
that's what I'm gonna ask you.
ridiculous." It's like, how?
That's what I'm gonna ask you. I need two stories. One from the woman's side, like when a woman went on a date and bonded. One from the guy's side.
You know what? Oddly enough, they're usually pretty much the same. It's usually the same reason why it bombed.
Okay.
And that is that they were talking about exes. Or
Okay.
things that, like, there's a few things that we say don't have a conversation about on your first date.
But they do it anyway.
They do it anyway. We say don't have a conversation about your exes because
Okay.
you're an ex. So there's something went wrong.
You're right.
Okay, so let's
don't-
not talk
don't-
about
so
anything
don't, so don't put it on her and say, oh yeah, okay.
Exactly. You don't want to have negative conversation on your
Right.
first date. You want it to be positive. We say, like, don't talk about, like, religion.
Okay.
Don't talk about, like, politics.
Right.
Things that's very decisive. Like, people that will be like, I'm on this end of it, and I'm on and if you're not on my side, then, you know
Then
what I
it's
mean?
over, yeah.
Right. They sum you up, and it's not accurate most
Okay.
times. So we say, like, every time that we've ever had really bad feedback, it's because somebody said, like, I'll give you one story that I had. This one gentleman, it's crazy. We had to kick him out of the service, by the way. So he says to me, so he calls, like, yeah, I went on a date. Yeah, she was awesome. Like, she was nice or whatever. Da-da-da. Let's talk to her. She was like, yeah, what? I want my money back. Like, what
She was
were you
just, that's
guys-
it.
It went that well.
What the hell were you guys thinking? Like,
Yeah.
da-da-da-da. She went off. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
She's like, you know what he told me about his ex-wife? I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. So he told her at dinner that he wishes that his ex-wife would find a genie in a bottle and ask for eternal life so that he could kill her over and over and over again.
That's the perfect date.
I was like, what? Who says that? Like, why would you tell a stranger that you want to kill your wife? You wish that she would get a genie and ask for eternal life.
So you can do it
you
all. You
could
can
just
do it,
keep
kill
killing
her
her.
over.
Like, what? Okay, that's not going to be attractive
Hey,
to
you know-
any lady.
And you know what makes it worse too? If she's the type that is looking to get married.
Exactly.
If she's looking for love
Not
at that
to
time.
Like,
Well, that's why we started
Yeah.
a long time ago
Yeah.
creating conversation.
Yeah.
with
Okay.
people, right? Because what will happen, and this happens in every in the dating world, period,
Yeah.
not specific to just one. Someone will put themselves out there, do crazy, erratic things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then will be like, oh, this site sucks, or this service sucks. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you suck. And you deserve.
we
and
got to
there's-
get you on the right
You
track.
gotta
Yeah.
do something that
you
didn't
can't
Something
be
has
burning
changed.
all these matches unbeknownst to you when
Yeah.
all you could have done was avoid saying
A,
one
B,
Certain
and
things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
like showing up to a date with a dude, showing up to a date with a lady for the first time in
Yeah.
flip-flops and gross toenails. Like, what? why would you do that?
So he didn't get dressed up,
No,
groom himself. He just
no.
came like boom.
Yeah, you want to dress to impress. Like I know
Yeah.
there's those people out there that think like, oh, I should just be who I am. Yeah, but be the best version of you.
That's later on. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Be the
okay.
best version of you. Like, get dressed like you're going on a job interview. Like, you don't
So
want to
then
go
here's-
looking like a
so
bum.
then, here's the question then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I find this fascinating because we all have different personalities.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we love the stories, we love the personality. We love
Yeah.
when people hook up and feel good and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But, so when they match, that's it? Or do they come back and say, I want to try another one?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Unless that's it. Unless they do hit it off and they want to live happily ever after.
No, but is there some people that had the perfect one and still want to try another one?
Yeah.
Had
So
another one and they
how
want to
we-
try another one.
so
Had
what
the perfect
happens
one
is-
and try another one.
We've taken our old school way. Like I said, she mentioned, when we started matching, it literally was with paper and pen. Okay?
Right.
So now we've come a long way. So
Right.
now there's the internet.
Right.
Right? So, the challenge that we have with our daters now in the internet, in the internet era, is that it's exactly that.
Right.
You want to keep seeing what else is out there, even though you found somebody right now
Right.
that's good. I could probably make something happen out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Your curiosity, it's almost like an addiction. Your curiosity
It's
gets the,
like we
if
all-
she's interested in me, who else is interested
We
in
always
me?
equate it
You know?
to like buffet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Totally,
internet is
totally.
like
Yeah.
eating at a buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
And you know when you go on vacation
Yeah.
and you go all inclusive and you're at the buffet, you know you were full like half an hour.
But you want to sample
Because you
still.
spend
Of
money.
course.
You want the money,
You
right?
spend
You're
the
like,
money.
You wanna sample.
you want to just keep going. But if that was like you were at home, you wouldn't continue making breakfast over and over for your family.
But,
So it's
but-
the same thing. It's like
but it's there, so I'm gonna eat it.
Exactly.
Same thing.
So
Exactly.
someone actually found the perfect girl, or vice versa,
Yeah.
and you know it's good. They come back and both sides had 5 stars, all the way down, and you think, oh,
No,
okay, we're done.
usually people want that to happen,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So if both people are really liking each other,
Yeah.
there is still that element, and then also too, we're also encouraging and nurturing, that,
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Like,
Because we're building relationships with you. We're building rapport with
Right.
you, right? So we're helping guide you. We see where your pitfalls are. There's something about, you see, this is another thing about matchmaking, is there is an intuitive part about matchmaking that's why not everybody makes a good matchmaker.
No.
Right? Everybody
No.
thinks that they could do it.
Yeah.
But when
And
you
it's
actually
so
do the
fun.
job, it's
Yeah.
actually
'Cause
quite tedious.
Friend hooks up your friend, and
Yeah.
friend wants to hook up with your friend, and then sometimes
Exactly.
you should have never have done that because now this set of group can't hang out with that set of group, and
Exactly.
football comes, and I can't invite him over because
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
gonna
because
be there.
she's gonna be
Yeah,
there, and now
all
it's
this-
uncomfortable for
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't. I mean, not to say that people shouldn't hook up their friends and family. You should, but it's probably better to hire a professional matchmaker, right? You want somebody that's a professional matchmaker that's
Yeah.
also a relationship expert, right? Because you don't want.
and then also
They-
doesn't
they
know
have to
you
go
on a
together. They
personal
have to go
level.
together.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of what we offer. It is a phone-based service, so you don't have to face anybody. You can just be on the phone and be
Okay,
you.
so let's dive into that right now.
Yeah.
So we got the stories of why you got into it and how you
Yes.
did it, but then, like you said, that company closes down.
yeah.
Mhm.
What makes you and you say, let's continue?
No, it's what it's,
Yeah,
it's
it's what we
not.
do. It's who we are.
It's who I am.
Okay.
It's what excites me
Mhm.
when I log on and I know that I'm going to be matching my clients.
Right.
It excites me to no end. It's
this
just
day.
like if you loved going to the gym,
Yeah.
or if you loved golfing or
Yeah.
skiing or whatever. Like it excites me. It puts passion inside of
You
me.
can't
Like,
wait to log on and see
no,
which faces do
yeah,
someone different.
I love everything
She really
about it, and
does.
I don't want that to end. I
Right.
also love creating conversation for people, and that part is so imperative to
Mhm.
allow someone to share everything that they want to share about what's going on. Because
Right.
like everybody thinks dating's so fun, and you can log on to all these sites and all that stuff.
Swipe
which
to
is
the left, swipe to the
exactly,
right.
which is like
But there's
oh,
no
it's so
customer
fun.
service per se.
You
Right.
for
can't
that
log
world.
on to any
Yeah.
online site and be like, hey, I just went out with Rick, John, and Mike, and like it's not going good. Can I
Yeah.
talk to you? Can I have help? And that's why we really want to get out there and let everyone know there is a service like us out
Yeah.
there
That's
that you
more.
don't have to
That's
be
more one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's more comfortable than going online and going, oh, it was okay, didn't help. Can you find me a next person? Send. and waiting for them to send somebody else. Compared to your services, it didn't work. Can you help me? And then a phone call later and go, hey, what's wrong? How did the date go?
Exactly.
Let's help you with this. This is what this.
I had a client last week, and she was like, she had gone on a date with someone, and it didn't go well. And she said she was like walking home, and she's like, you know, all I was thinking about was like, yeah, I'm going to call Natasha, and we're just going to move on, and I'm going to get my next match. She's like, you know what, Natasha, if I never had you, I would be walking home thinking like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm giving up. Yeah. It's like, it's for encouragement. It's to keep your hope alive. It's all good when your girlfriend comes over, you guys pour your wine, you set up your profile, you think of all these crafty things to say about yourself.
Right.
Your girlfriend has her input. It's like all good. But she's going to go home.
Right.
And
then you're going to get the type of guy
probably to her man.
And then you're going to be there.
Good point. Because it's always a friend trying to make it best for a friend, but that friend already has a man living together.
And it's not only be so invested, right?
Exactly. And they're doing it, and that part of the setup part of like setting up your online profile, and it's fun and it's all good stuff. You're picking all these cute pictures of yourself. That's nothing. The work hasn't started yet. I pull up people's clients, Charles. They have 250 messages in their inbox, and a majority of them they would never. And that's kind of like the other downside of dating is that many men just pick the prettiest girls to reach out to. But the difficulty is if you're somewhere like at a good 3, you shouldn't be messaging someone who's a good 9. Because if you would never have enough guts to go up to her and be like, hi, my name's Charles. Would you like to go on a date with me? Don't message her online.
No, hold on. I feel more confident and stronger doing it on the computer compared to going up to both of you two.
Of course.
Hence why we have you. That's exactly what she's saying. Hence why there's a bunch of 3s in a 9s box.
Which should not be.
Yeah, because like that's
so a
3 won't have a chance with the 9.
You can. You know what? You never know. That 3 could have the most amazing person. It's about the compatibility at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look. Faith is pretty, and Biggie was with Faith.
Yeah.
And she's really pretty, but he must be very charismatic. Look at Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not to say that if you're not attractive to the masses, that you can't get the hottest girl in the room. You can. It's about the compatibility part.
Yeah,
it's about the chemistry. It's about the conversation and the charisma, all of that stuff that's going to make.
I get your point.
We're talking in the most general terms, right?
If you've never ever tried to get 9s before,
don't start.
Why are you going to start right now when you're looking for
because that person's going to then turn around and be like, oh, this online
it doesn't work.
Sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I'm not getting the 9s, but you never worked your way up. And what I mean by that is a 9 and 3s, they have a certain level of what they do. Yeah. Going out, entertainment, living life, doing whatever the style is.
But there's nothing wrong with looking for a good 3, 4, or 5 even.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like
staying in your lane.
Yeah, and to be successful, and that's where like a matchmaker comes in.
Right.
To get to know you and see what you're all about, and then also help you kind of mandate what's going on online.
Okay, so let me put it this way then.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this question, and then we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Has a person put down a 3, and then after you guys looked at the profile and go, no, this person's not a 3. This person's
well, they wouldn't rate themselves. We would be doing the rating.
Oh, so you guys do the rating. All right.
But when you're out there on your own doing it, you could think you're a 10 when you're really a strong 3, which is like awesome for your confidence and all of that. But you still have to, someone else still has to like you. It's not just about you liking them. And that's also another thing about being a good matchmaker is knowing
how to find
I can't just match who you like.
Yeah.
I have to make sure she's going to like you too.
Okay, listen. Yeah. We're going to be right back, and I'm going to help you guys right now. So when we get back, I'm going to do the drill game. So I'm going to ask them the do's and don'ts about going on dates, what to say, what not to say, because it feels like some people out there are going on dates and saying some bad stuff.
All the wrong things.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Grant here from Care 101 Media Group, and this is an outreach video going out to everybody with a request for assistance on your part. as you guys know, there's a lot of devastation that happened in the islands because of Hurricane Irma. There are families that are hugely displaced. Some islands are over 95% inhabitable, and people are reaching out to us, asking us where they can either give products or aid or finances, and at the time we didn't know where to go.
So in order to aid in relief efforts, Carib 101 Media Group has started up a GoFundMe page where the community can now go and help submit donations in order to help rebuild the infrastructure that's been damaged due to Hurricane Irma. So, you know, going to the page, donating like at least $5, $10, even $50 isn't very much, but it will help, you know, our Caribbean brothers, sisters, families, friends in helping rebuild their homes.
There's also a call for certain donation items as well, which are personal hygiene products they're looking for. They're requesting things like baby diapers, baby food, clothing, things like toiletry, personal hygiene products, garbage bags, disinfectants, so that they can help with the cleanup. So at our office at 55 Rutherford Road South, Unit 205 in Brampton, we are set up to receive your donations there. So instead, you know, if you'd like to donate some items versus donating money, please come on over to the office here in Brampton. We'd be more than happy to accept your donations. We will be getting it together in about 2 weeks, and I believe the date would be September 21st that we'd like to turn the items over to the Consulate General Office for Antigua, where they'll be shipping it down to Barbuda for distribution there.
Now keep in mind too that as much as it's nice to give toiletry products and stuff like this, they also have to try and get it down there. But a lot of these islands have been so hugely devastated that they need money to rebuild and get supplies and stuff like that. So we're kindly asking that if you can please, if it's $5, $10, $15, $20, please donate, because that's what they need the most. They need to start rebuilding their infrastructure, rebuilding homes, and creating shelters for these people that are displaced. So again, if you can help, we greatly appreciate it. It's perfect here where we are right now, and we can only imagine what families are going through, not having homes, losing all their possessions, and literally not having anything that they know as home around them.
I just can't even.
Sorry, guys. We don't just talk about what the topic is. We're behind the scenes talking about the world, the life, and find out why a certain person tweets and then they're tweeting and not doing their job. And if you can't figure that out, you're not in the real. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
stay woke. Yeah, right, folks.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Just shoot out the answers. Tell me the nitbits and thing, okay? So we already got the first nitbit. When you're going on a date, men, do not talk about the ex.
And women.
And women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't talk about your exes. Yeah.
Second point, what we should not talk about on a date.
And it doesn't matter what it is. Anything that falls under a negative umbrella.
Okay, so you said like, exes, religion,
family,
politics.
Anything that is negative that's going to paint you as a negative person.
Right.
And I feel sometimes people don't correlate the two, that if you're speaking about negative things to a stranger, they will automatically think you're negative. It says more about you than it does about the people that you're sharing the information about. So it's not just specific to anything. It could be a negative story that you like cussed off someone in the line at the grocery store. It might have even been warranted, but to that stranger that doesn't know you, they're basing everything off your sharing.
What you're saying, exactly. Another thing that we also say as well that you should also be aware of when you're going on a first date is be courteous. It's actions as well.
Okay.
As conversations. So like things like, pull out her chair. That's courteous. Be pleasant to everyone around you. Yeah. That says something about
the
your
waitress.
character. Like if the waitress comes over, please and thank you, things of that nature.
Right.
You just want to be as polite. You want to be courteous. You want to be smiling.
If you're telling the person that they have to do that, isn't that a no-no automatically? Like someone should know that they should be polite and pull out the chair and open the door.
You would think. There's people that are going to automatically get it.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be all these other people that didn't occur to them. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people.
Yeah.
It just didn't occur to them. You know what I mean? It didn't occur to me that I should be
nice to the waitress.
Yeah, or even being overly nice, or you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
it just wasn't occurring to me. to do
People
that.
are evaluating how you see the world and how the world sees you.
Okay.
based
right?
on how you act. and
Yeah,
what you
based on
say.
how you act.
Right.
They don't know anything about
Okay.
you.
So here's the funny thing. I remember going back, dating, and sitting in front of a lovely person, and they told me too much.
Yeah.
What is telling too much?
Yeah, like, don't tell someone your whole life story in an hour.
Okay.
Like, spread it out. Like, you don't need to tell them, like, my uncle used to fondle me. Like, don't tell people things that are just way too personal.
Right.
And just, you don't want to unload your baggage
Right.
on a complete stranger. Because
Right.
they're going to be running for they're going to be like, oh, I can't wait till this date is
Well,
over.
they don't know all the
Yeah.
other
Like,
good
this
stuff about
freaking
you.
lady's
Yeah,
crazy.
and you tell them all the
Right,
weird
they
stuff.
haven't seen all the good, like that good stuff
Yeah.
is there about you. You
Yeah.
are an awesome person and you're nice to be around and
Mm-hmm.
all of those things. But then when you go on a date with your verbal diarrhea of like everything that's happened to you in the last few decades, that's
Right.
a lot for someone that doesn't know you
Right.
to digest.
Yeah.
And we always say like a stranger doesn't even deserve to know that
Yeah,
about
intimate
you just
details
yet.
about you.
Okay.
They don't
No,
deserve
they have to
to
earn
know
that. They
that
have to earn
that
that.
happened to you when you were a child,
Okay.
or
So
you know,
is there a rhythm? Like when people say, is there a rhythm to speaking?
Yeah.
So like, how do you know when you're overdoing the conversation?
When you're not asking any questions. When it's
Okay.
just you talking.
Okay.
So you need to also learn to ask some questions.
That's a good
You
point.
don't want to sit there like and blah, 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 and the
Yeah.
person's gonna be like, this person had asked me nothing
Nothing.
about myself.
They don't know if I work
I'm
or I have a
pretty sure
job
he
or
doesn't
my
even know how
family.
to spell my name. Because he didn't even he hasn't.
and
like,
see
you know what I mean?
that is
Yeah.
something, and that is because that person is nervous. So
Yeah.
a lot of times men probably do that a little
They're
bit
very
more.
men are more
Right.
guilty
They
of
just
that.
share so much
yeah.
because they're nervous. So
Right.
what they're comfortable with is talking. It's us ladies that do the question asking. So
Yeah.
it's sometimes difficult for men to do that. So what
Yeah.
they do is just end up talking about themselves.
Okay.
And actually, he was so rude and he didn't ask me one thing. It's like, I know he was nervous and he
Yeah.
didn't handle it well.
Yeah.
So I'll stop there for a second. So has there ever been a date and like you said, she's like, oh, he was this and he was that and he this, and then and you guys realize it's still a good match, but the person was just nervous
Yeah.
or
But yeah, we
something.
nurture that
So
all
you
the
say to
time.
them,
Give them another try.
give it one more.
Yeah.
Did he do this? Yeah. But did he do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do this? Yeah. So he
that
was,
just happened yesterday.
so he was
Yeah.
all nice, but then you realize he was just nervous.
Nervous.
He took out your chair.
Yeah.
He asked you if you're okay, helped you across the street, hold your hand,
Yeah.
gave you your jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're not realizing you missed all the other check marks, and you just realize that he was just talking too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes on dates you don't realize that all the good points, and then you
Exactly.
go back.
Exactly.
So then
exactly.
you push them back.
Especially in
Yeah.
this.
So
like,
we'll
we-
have a conversation with that person.
We
Yeah.
always talk about this. Like, if this was 20 years ago, you met people by coincidence.
Right.
You
Yeah.
hope by fate that you would, like, literally that person would show up to you, right?
Yeah.
And because you had no idea when that would ever happen again,
Yeah.
you would give that person everything you
You're
got.
all. Yeah.
Because you would have no other choice.
Yeah.
Because the likelihood of you reaching out to 15 people today, it would be impossible.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we didn't think back then that
No.
we're
There
gonna
was
have
no
all
internet
these
dating.
internet
There's no
dating,
such thing
all
as
these
internet
games.
dating. I
So
like you and you like me. Let's explore
let's
that.
try this and
yeah,
let's
let's
knock it-
explore that.
let's try this,
exactly.
knock it down,
But
right.
now we're not doing that. So there's like no one knows any rules. Like, do I text the person I love them, or should we have a conversation about that? Is it like, so everyone's in their head, and
Okay.
that's the problem, right? And
Right.
you're going through the buffet of like, okay, I like this person, but what about the next one?
Yeah.
That is also another lovely reason to have someone that's on your side, is to help you kind of nurture the
Okay, so
process of
let's
not giving
let's
up.
push into you two now, because I'm learning all the years of service that you guys did. So obviously you guys know what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, it's not even like a question. You've done it. You guys have asked it.
I've lived
okay.
it. It's who I am.
Let's
Yes.
talk about your company
Yeah.
and why your company is so good. Only because it's the one-on-one. Okay, it's the holding hands. It's the let's break it down a little bit, because you're maybe thinking you're a 10 going after 10s. Meanwhile, the 7s and 8s are right here around the corner, and they're walking by you because you're thinking way up here, and
Exactly.
you should be right here.
Yeah, and there's
okay?
nothing wrong with that. Like, we're not suggesting that, you shoot for the floor.
No.
No, don't do that. But we're saying, like, be reasonable, be
Right.
open.
You have more chances.
can't stress
You have
how
more
important-
chances here to get your perfect match than what you're trying to look for over
than
here.
trying to find Beyonce.
Well, that's
Right.
why
or
it's,
Angelina. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
that's what one of the benefits of having us is that you don't have to be worrying about reaching out to people that are not in your league.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to match you with your best person. You're still going to find her attractive,
Right.
and she's actually going to like you.
Okay, so hold on. So I'm picturing this now. Okay, so scenario 1. I come to you. Okay.
Yep.
I filled out all these forms. We sit down. We have this 15, 20-minute conversation about
Yep.
myself and everything like that.
mhm.
So then you take my profile.
Yep.
And then you go into your system bank profile.
Well, we do both.
Okay, so here's what
Yeah.
here's what is innovative about what we're doing right now. So we're taking our old school matchmaking approach
Yeah.
and bringing it into the new school.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which is
So
the
what we
online
do
world.
now, so
Okay.
what to make life easy for a majority of our clients, so they've shared with us, is we can use your profile.
Okay.
So wherever you are, if you're on Playerfish, if you're on Match.com,
Yeah.
Humble,
Black
like
People
whatever,
Meet, whatever it is that
you're
your
on.
site is,
we can go into your
and
your
mend it.
Mm-hmm.
and mand it for you. So what we do is we go in there,
Yeah.
we from a professional matchmaker,
Yeah.
will pick and leave matches for you in your inbox. So you're not going through all the garbage,
Okay.
for lack of a
okay.
better term.
So if I'm
right?
already on another site or something,
Yeah.
that's
Or not, you choose the one you want
chose
to
the
be
one I
on.
want.
We make sure your pictures are good, your profile sounds good,
Okay,
everything's good. Nobody would
okay.
ever be like, "Ew." No, you're gonna have good pictures.
Right.
You're gonna have a beautiful bio
So
about
basically,
yourself.
you're helping our resume. You're
Exactly.
helping our resume because instead of having that best friend or that guy go, dude, put down that you're a bodybuilder. Here, use this picture.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, you're like, no. But sitting with you guys, you
Yeah.
say, here, oh, I found a perfect picture of you in a nice suit going to work. Use this one.
Exactly.
And you have that you've been married 3 times.
Yeah,
How about
take
you
that
take
out.
that out?
Just put
Yeah.
divorce.
Just
Yeah.
put.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we help you with all of that.
So,
So then-
right, and then
okay.
also,
So
so
of
then
course
we
we do
clean,
the-
so we manage your inbox.
Yeah.
So we'll take out all the people that are not qualified for
Right.
whatever the reason
And
is.
then a new slew just came in because they saw
Exactly.
this new resume,
Yeah.
and a bunch of them got excited. Saw this new resume,
Yeah.
new picture,
Done by
new
professionals.
done by professionals.
Yeah.
And now this slew of resume came in, and a guy like me is gonna be like, okay, let me dive in. You're like, wait a minute,
Exactly.
don't dive in. Let us look what came in first,
Right.
Exactly.
and send you the first 5.
Exactly.
Send
Because
you
then
the first 3.
it takes all the stress out. Because like there is a part of online dating, of course, that's fun.
Mhm.
But then there's another side, like
'Cause, yeah.
wanting to be a dater and actually being one.
Yeah.
Because then
same thing.
I'm looking through all these profiles thinking, oh yeah,
It's
she's hot.
tiring. It's tiring, yeah.
She's cute. But then I'm not looking through the profile like, she's hot. Let me read up on it.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
Exactly.
she's hot. And I pass it to you and you go, yeah, but look at this. She likes doing this. You hate this.
Exactly.
Next.
Yeah.
So instead of
Exactly.
wasting a day and a time, an hour, and your money going on a date, you're trying to find the best cute, the best personality,
Yeah.
the best whatever through your way.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about it. So we'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? Do you want to give that a try? And
Yeah.
then after the date as well, like to continue
So
the relationship.
so I will call you and
Yeah.
say, guess what? The person you sent me agreed to go on a date.
Yeah.
I go with them on Saturday.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, then you say to me,
Keep us posted.
Keep
we
you
want to know
posted.
what
Well,
happens.
Well,
After.
first and foremost, we're going to tell you that you're not going on a date first. You're just doing a prelim. You're doing a
Yes.
coffee. You're going to
And
see
this
if
is-
you want to go
yeah,
on a date.
this is
See,
for
where
every
men,
single
where men
guy.
go
hold
wrong,
on,
especially.
isn't a coffee a date?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Where men go
It's a
wrong,
3-day.
especially,
Yeah.
is they spend way too much money on these dates, and then you don't even like her.
Or she doesn't
or
like
she doesn't
you.
like you,
So I
and
just-
then
I
now
just-
like
I
you
just-
blowed $150,
on someone,
and then
you're
now
never
you're
gonna see
mad
ever
and
again.
you're bitter, and every time you go on a date, you're like, I'm not spending money on this chick because like
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
bitter.
I'm gonna
Meanwhile, you okay? So
I'm
we
gonna
didn't
give you
work.
a
We,
perfect
we didn't work
scenario.
out.
Yeah.
But I kept spending $300, $400.
No, just on the first date.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect scenario.
Okay.
This is like a real story. It just recently happened. So I said to the guy, I'm like, okay, everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, so buddy, make sure you guys just go out for a drink. We tell everybody this. On your first meet, when
Yeah.
you don't know a person,
Yeah.
you're just going out.
yeah,
Simple
just
drink.
barely call it a date.
Yeah.
It's not
Coffee,
really a date yet.
tea, water, glass of wine,
Yeah.
whatever. And if
Simple,
it's alcohol, it's only one drink.
Okay.
So he wanted to be a good guy, and he is. So he ends up taking her, doesn't listen to me,
Okay.
and takes her out on this beautiful date.
Okay.
Well, she had, beautiful steak dinner, several alcoholic beverages that were
Okay.
very expensive,
Yeah.
and she didn't like him.
but she just rolled with the punches.
Damn right.
Oh, it's free food for her.
Free food and free drinks.
It's a free meal. Why wouldn't she? Yeah.
So now he's out $150,
Right.
and he's never gonna see her again. And I was like, "Hey, remember I told you not
Yeah,
to do that?"
yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, Natasha, I know." So now I just recently matched him again, and I was like, "Hey, remember the
$150?
conversation? You didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Don't do that again,
half an hour.
okay?"
Okay.
Yeah.
And just kind of see if
'Cause
you,
you can
want
tell.
to see this person
Yeah.
again. And
Yeah.
then when you
No.
plan a date,
Yeah.
we also do this part of as well. We call it date concierge, where plan a date that's interactive and fun.
So don't plan a date
Don't
where
go to the
it's-
movies.
It's quiet. You can't get to know each
Yeah.
other. You're just sitting there not doing anything.
Do something interactive and fun.
Okay.
You want to
And
bring out your
still-
fun personality because it also likelihood of having really negative conversations when you're doing something fun
Yeah.
is slimmer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
And
you
it's
want
it should
want
even your second
something competitive, something like my husband always says that like do something competitive on your
Yeah.
first date.
See,
You know?
Yeah, to
have
see
fun,
how they-
see how they act. Are they,
Yeah.
are they a
How
good
are you-
loser? Are they bad?
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
not only that, you get to help them out a little bit, so there's some contact and see
Yeah.
if they're timid or into
Exactly.
it.
You
okay.
can kind of gauge
And
a lot
also
about somebody.
too, that something fun and interactive is also still condensed. You know, like if you played bowling or if you like
Yeah.
went somewhere, it's like it's still condensed. You don't want to be going on early dates for long periods of time because you're just kind of getting to know each other. And sometimes if you talk too much or you just end up saying a lot of stuff. So it's best to like just
Increments.
Yes, you know, give and always give at the rate that you're receiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that to not have any resentment later on.
Yeah. All right. So listen, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna stop spending how much money you gotta spend because you're not supposed to spend that. So here, there's a tip, guys.
Yes.
First date, coffee,
Yes.
tea, 1 glass of alcohol.
Yes.
Don't go for 3, 4, 5.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I mean, if things definitely not a lot of alcohol for
Right.
sure on
Yeah.
any date.
Because you
any
could
first
because
prelim.
you could be
Yeah.
batting it. You could be batting 1,000, and you get that one last drink, and then you
Yeah,
start
and you're
saying,
over
the
you
edge.
start,
You know?
you start saying something, and you
Exactly.
just dumped
So,
yourself.
so we're not, yeah. So
Yeah.
just in the alcohol, yeah, definitely don't have too much to drink.
Right.
But on that prelim, we always do that just as a disclaimer. We've known people that we've matched
Yeah.
that they spent their first date all weekend.
Yeah.
So
it went
we're
that
not,
well.
yeah. So
Okay.
we're
Well.
not ruling that out.
Yeah.
It's just in the event that it doesn't turn out the way you had imagined.
You're not-
At least you're only there for half an hour.
Right.
If it goes good, continue ordering.
Yeah.
Change the venue. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Like do that. We're not
That's
saying
fine.
we're not against that. It's just in the event that it doesn't turn out the way you thought. It's very difficult to know off an online photo and a few words if that person's for you or not.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back, and when I come back, I want to ask them what is the place to meet and not the place to meet,
Yeah.
and do you bring a friend?
Oh my God.
We're gonna be right
Yeah.
back on CMJ Live. Bring a friend. Let's-
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Shouldn't be blatant. Yeah.
We're back, and I just asked a simple question: do you bring a friend? And their answer is no.
Unequivocally, do not bring your friends.
Because it could be so many options. One, like you said, there could be a hater. They're looking for love, or the girls looking at the guy thinking, oh, I want that guy over your friend. So when it doesn't work out, I'll slide my number.
Or they
I'll
just
find
kind of
out.
give you they kind of push their opinion on you, and next thing you know, you're looking at it differently.
Right.
Yeah, just like
Because
what you
your
were
friend,
saying, like,
yeah.
oh yeah, her knees are kind of not.
Yeah,
That
they,
wasn't
oh, they
what-
are actually. I didn't even know.
Meanwhile, I
that.
thought she
Like,
came out looking great.
exactly.
And then
but
my
then
boy-
so and so just like
Yeah.
threw a damper on it.
Or even
Yeah.
vice versa. Of like, yeah, no, don't do it. You gotta do it. Like, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So that first date, you're there to like get to know if you want to go on a second date,
Right.
and you're never gonna know that
All right.
when too many people are.
So we got a few minutes left before we have to close the show.
Yeah.
But one reason why somebody should use you.
One reason someone should use us is because we know that when you're dating and searching, you need a little support and you need to stay hopeful.
Okay.
Because when you're down on yourself, like dating is fun, but when you go on like 3 or 4 dates a week and you're not getting a second date, it's not fun anymore. And
Okay.
then it starts doing all these negative things to inside.
Right.
But you're still dating. So
Yeah.
you need somewhere to be like, hey, you're an amazing person and you're going to find someone that's best for you.
And it just never worked out.
Yeah,
It wasn't you.
don't own that.
Yeah, it just didn't work
don't
out.
wear that.
Yeah.
So you know, our clients always share those. It's like, you're invaluable to me because I love having you on my team to support me while I'm going through this.
Yeah.
And I'm specifically there. We always say we never give our opinion based on our own personal opinion. It's
Okay.
through professional experience.
Mhm.
I didn't tell the guy like, oh, don't take her out on an expensive date because that's what I thought, because no one ever took me on an expensive first date. I'm saying that because I've seen thousands
Okay.
of guys do that and it never works out.
Okay.
So
and then they're bitter.
yeah, so it's
You know?
the offering advice is through professional experience and not through personal opinion, and that you need someone there for that while dating.
When should somebody call you?
When you're ready. We always say that. Like, you have to be ready for this. You have to be ready to date. And people don't realize that. People are putting themselves out there and they're actually not really ready. You are not over whatever your last situation is. That's usually the biggest hurdle. And in that case, we work with you before we get to the matchmaking part. So you could still come to us for that, because we'll just do the love listening part of it and not so much the matchmaking side of it. So, I mean, really technically either way, both you can come to us for either. But you have to be ready to date. You have to be in the right state of mind. You have to be open, genuinely open. We always say the most successful people are the ones that were open. You know what I mean?
And believe that it was
and
gonna
believe
happen.
that it's going to work for you.
You cannot go into dating hoping that it's gonna work out, but knowing it's probably
low key
not.
thinking it's not going to.
Because it won't.
Exactly. You can't have those competing thoughts, because it'll mess you up. So we always say, like, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to date.
Yeah, and
you have to
believe
be
that it's going to happen.
You believe that's going to happen. You have to be like, everything's kind of good and in your life right now.
Okay.
Don't try to date when everything is wrong in your life.
So give them a phone number where they can contact you guys.
Okay, so you can contact us via, you can go to our website, www.thelovelisteners.com. You can contact us via email, info@thelovelisteners.com. And you can also give us a call at 1-855-321-LOVE.
All right, one more time.
1-855-321-LOVE.
Get it?
All right.
3, 2, 1, love. Go. Yeah.
All right. So is it just you two on the team, or is there other people?
No, we have a full team. We have a team of about 10 people.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is a full service you guys are getting.
Yeah. So what's different about us is that we're actually a company. We're
Right.
not just single matchmakers. Like, there's a lot of, and not that there's anything wrong with this at all.
Yeah.
It's just that you can't deal with as many people when you're one person.
Right.
Right. When you have a team, then you can.
And plus, with the team, you're getting more opportunities because
Exactly.
more eyes. This person on your team found somebody that'll be fantastic for this person.
Yeah, exactly.
This person found this person, and it's
Yes.
all coming together, and then you do the whole chart.
Yeah.
Okay. Best place to meet the first date.
Best date idea?
No, best place to meet your first.
Best place. So if it goes well, it's good. If it goes bad, I can scramble.
Well, this is what we saw with the prelim. You talking about
Any
a prelim, or
coffee.
are you talking about an actual date?
First
so
date.
Prelim, we'd say coffee, cafe,
Coffee
something
on
like
the-
that.
yeah,
somewhere
cafe.
quiet
If you want to do
that
like a
you
bar,
can get
pick
to know
pick
each
a
other.
hotel bar,
Okay.
something like that. That's
Right.
a little more quiet, a little more low key that you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, you don't want to be
actually
going
talk.
somewhere where it's like there's a
Loud,
game
you're like,
on,
huh?
or like,
Okay.
yeah.
Like, you don't want to do
You
that.
want to
Right.
kind of get to know each other.
Don't
a
do
little bit,
movies,
right?
guys. Don't do movies. Please
Okay.
don't do. You could do a movie when you guys know each other well.
Okay. So
Yeah.
before we go, perfect place? Take them to dinner first?
No.
Take for a walk?
Somewhere quiet where you can get to know each other, wherever that is.
You can do dinner. You can do dinner, but as a date, not as the prelim.
That's the pre-slip. Okay.
Yeah.
We got 44 seconds left, and you're on CMJ Live. And what we do is called the shout out. So do your shout out. You got 30 seconds, and do your shout out. You got 30 seconds. Go.
To just shout out anybody?
Shout out anybody.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to do this. Okay, so shout out to like my son. Shout out to our other love listener, Kai Downs. Shout out to my husband who's watching right now. Hey babe. Shout out to, I don't even know who else I want to shout.
I want to shout out.
I just want an award now.
I just want to shout out all the single people out there that are hopeful and want to fall in love to contact us, because we'll take good care of you.
Promise.
We're invested in the process and invested in everyone falling in love. So please contact us.
And with that said, we're out. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, God.
We have a great show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Coolest host.